On July 2, 2026, the XPeng Mona L03, a compact coupe SUV, kicked off its global pre-sales. Following its world premiere in Munich, this car is aiming directly at 64 countries across Europe and North America. In the Chinese market, it starts between 140,000 and 160,000 RMB. But the real killer, its overseas pricing strategy. Even when you factor in certification costs, shipping fees, and Europe's steep 45.3% tariff barriers, the estimated final price in Europe is still locked in between €25,000 and €30,000. And in North America, the industry expects a starting price of just around $20,000. You need to anchor that number in reality. The Tesla Model 3, the undisputed global benchmark for electric vehicles, starts at almost €40,000 in Europe and roughly $37,000 in North America. The brand new BMW i3, the vanguard of their much-hyped Neue Klasse electric platform, starts at nearly €66,000. XPeng is bringing a vehicle to market that undercuts the Model 3 by up to 38%, and the BMW i3 by over 50%. But this is not a story about cheap labor or cutting corners. If it were, legacy automakers could just wait for the quality to fail. This is a story about a massive technological disparity. Wall Street and legacy automotive engineers have absolutely no idea what is actually inside this $20,000 vehicle. Let us break down the compute architecture. In the West, advanced driver assistance systems are still largely treated as luxury add-ons. XPeng has fundamentally broken that model. The top-tier Ultra SE version of the Mona L03 comes equipped with dual in-house developed Turing AI chips. Together, they generate an effective compute power of 1,500 TOPS. To put that into perspective, Tesla's highly advanced hardware 4.0 TOPS out at around 720 TOPS. This $20,000 Chinese SUV has more than double the AI compute power of a standard Tesla Model 3. And XPeng is not using that compute just to run a fancy infotainment screen. They have adopted a Pure Vision VLA architecture. They completely abandoned LiDAR and millimeter-wave radar, matching Tesla's Pure Vision strategy. Why does this matter for the West? Because Pure Vision relies on semantic understanding through high-definition cameras, making it vastly superior for global expansion. A camera can be trained to read the infinite variations of European infinite-speed highways, ancient unlined streets in Italian old towns, or wide multi-lane Texas interstates, without relying on hyper-localized, pre-mapped high-definition data. But Pure Vision is incredibly hardware-intensive. It requires immense processing power to prevent AI hallucinations in bad weather. By packing 1,500 TOPS into the car, XPeng bridges that gap. Here is the part that makes the traditional business model implode. Tesla charges European customers €7,500 just to unlock full self-driving capabilities via subscription. BMW only offers Level 2 basic highway assist on their base models. XPeng includes their City NGP and Highway NOA, meaning end-to-end parking space-to-parking space autonomous navigation, as a standard feature with lifetime free OTA updates. No subscriptions, no paywalls. They are commoditizing the very software that Western companies are relying on for future profit margins. But compute is only half of the equation. If we look at the core mechanics of why Western consumers hesitate to buy electric vehicles, it almost always comes down to range anxiety and charging infrastructure. Tesla solved this in the West by spending over a decade building tens of thousands of proprietary superchargers. XPeng does not have that network in Europe or North America. Their solution to this massive infrastructure gap is what truly sets this vehicle apart: the Super Range Extender. While BMW and Tesla are locking buyers into pure battery electric platforms, XPeng is offering a dual powertrain strategy. The Mona L03 offers a pure EV version with a coefficient of drag of just 0.228, capable of up to 625 kilometers on the CLTC cycle and boasting 3C supercharging that goes from 10 to 80% in 19.1 minutes. That is competitive. But the game changer is the extended range electric vehicle, or EREV version. In the EREV model, XPeng pairs a 37.2 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery with a highly efficient 1.5-litre naturally aspirated generator. This engine never directly drives the wheels. It only generates electricity for the motor. For daily commutes, users get up to 315 kilometers of pure electric range, covering over 90% of typical driving needs with zero emissions and ultra-low costs. But when a consumer in North America needs to drive across state lines, or a European driver heads to the Alps where the charging network is sparse, the generator kicks in. The total combined range rockets to an astonishing 1,330 kilometers. The combined fuel consumption on the WLTC cycle is a mere 5.16 litres per 100 kilometres. This completely neutralises the single biggest advantage legacy internal combustion engines still hold in the West. It bypasses the broken, fragmented public charging networks of Europe and America entirely. A buyer gets the instant torque of an EV, the intelligent chassis control with DCC variable damping that adjusts every 20 milliseconds, and absolute freedom from charging anxiety, all for the price of a base model Toyota Corolla. This brings us to the irreversible trend that is currently unfolding. Western policymakers believe that slapping a 45% tariff on Chinese vehicles will stop this momentum. It will not. It is merely a temporary tax on Western consumers. The underlying logic of China's automotive expansion has already shifted. XPeng's strategy with the Mona L03 reveals a terrifying adaptability. The pricing structure is so heavily optimized domestically that even with maximum punitive tariffs, the car remains tens of thousands of dollars cheaper than its Western counterparts. Furthermore, the Chinese OEMs are not going to keep shipping cars from Shenzhen or Shanghai forever. The data shows that XPeng is already preparing to shift production to the Magna Steyr plant in Graz, Austria. The moment that production line spins up locally, the European anti-subsidy tariffs instantly evaporate. Without that artificial price floor, the terminal price of this vehicle could plummet to as low as €22,000. You cannot fight a structural manufacturing and technological deficit with temporary import taxes. By the time Western legacy automakers manage to design a Level 2 capable EV that sells for $30,000, Chinese companies will be manufacturing Level 4 capable EREVs locally on European soil for $25,000. The integration of extreme compute power, Pure Vision global adaptability, and a powertrain that actively circumvents the West's infrastructure failures is not just an iterative update. It is a complete paradigm shift. The gap is widening, and the traditional moats of brand prestige and dealership networks are slowly bleeding out against the sheer force of this technological value proposition. Do you think legacy automakers can completely restructure their software architectures and supply chains to catch up to this dual powertrain high compute strategy? Or is the entry-level automotive market already lost to the East? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want more insider intel on China's EV and robotics landscape before the mainstream media catches on, visit voltchina.net and subscribe to Volt China on Substack for free.